Hey guys, Connor from the Ticket Stub, and you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hey, good morning. It's Mornings with Lone Star. It's 9:36. We're starting a little late today because basically it's so cold outside that we had to thaw out the microphones. They were encased in ice. This actually happens. This is true. This is not fake news, people. Would I lie? Mornings with Lone Star with Dick and Skippy. He's Dick. I'm the other one.
I'm Skippy.
We should swap just for a day. You can do all the bad Skippy-isms. And I can screw up the sponsor information.
Yeah, everyone's doing that these days.
Right? Speaking of sponsors, we are happily sponsored at Mornings with Lone Star by Conroe Coffee, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, and Centurion Wealth Advisors. So check them out.
Thank you to those guys
for
supporting this show.
They are awesome for doing that. And, golly, we could use more. We'd love more. So if you want to sponsor us, hey, let us know. We'll work a deal out with you.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll figure something out. You help us.
But it is an interesting morning. It's 9:37. Mornings with Lone Star every weekday morning. We're supposed to start at 9, but I'm constantly late, and punctual is not in my forte this week. And I'm off this week.
Well, you're still recovering from that bus trip.
That's true. That could be true.
On New Year's Eve, Dick had for those of you who missed it, Dick had a surreal experience on a party bus.
Yeah,
on New Year's Eve. And I think he's still recovering from it.
I can use that as an excuse, right?
Right. That's got a shelf life of about another 2 days. By Monday, you're going to have to come up with something new.
So, I'll work on it.
Okay, you work on that. Anyhow, lots of stuff going on today, but primarily it's all cold related, although, it could be a lot worse. We have what they're calling the bomb cyclone hitting the northern parts of the country. And this is apparently like this is Snowmageddon. This is like the snow version of a hurricane, with hurricane force winds going. So this is it's kind of gnarly. So I'll take our currently relatively balmy temperatures of 30 degrees right now, but we're going to get up to 52 today. And over the next few days, we'll be in the 50s, 60s, maybe even the 70s. But it looks like the hard freeze might be over for us, for at least for a while. So that's good. Because yesterday I got a panic call from my mother to go check out their house. The neighbors reported water. And so there was a burst pipe, but apparently it's one of the sprinkler ones.
Yeah.
So the house is okay. But I had to go to my folks' house and call the water guy to come out, and he's looking. And it was impressive for a while. There was standing water in the backyard because it's on an incline. And apparently the neighbors behind her, the ones freaking out because they saw the water coming through the fence. They thought the whole house had flooded. But no, all good at Skippy's mama's house right now. So there we go. But that's it. Any cold related stuff from you? Any burst pipes or skidding?
No, my car was completely covered this morning. So that was interesting. And then, it was the worst time to give me one of those ghost pepper plants because they need so much heat and I'm not kidding you, that's not a pun. Like they need so much heat to
they can't flourish in the cold
to start. And so I'm still trying to figure that out because I was sitting there and I was talking to Holly and I go, maybe I could just do what those pot people do and like how they grow plants inside. How do they grow plants inside?
Well, you cover the windows with Confederate flag and Jack Daniels banners.
Well, no, it was
aluminum foil.
And she looks at me, she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, I don't need like a whole operation. I just need it for like one plant." But because I was looking up like what to do when it's this cold, and they even say like you get heating pads and stuff for it.
Dick, are you about to go all Breaking Bad on us?
Well, it's just for a pepper,
But there's could be a black market for those peppers.
That's true.
You could do it. You could be making the because in Breaking Bad, didn't he have like a special formula of crystal meth that made it so awesome?
No, the only thing I got from that was he was actually a trained.
It was a chemist.
Yeah. So he knew what to do. I bet there's a few illegal drug makers out there who are highly educated chemists.
Do you think they hired these drug dealers as creative consultants, to make sure, how like on a cop show, they'll put a cop on retainer to make sure?
No, I bet they have an officer or someone in law enforcement who knows how to do all that stuff because they have to test it. They have to know what they're dealing with.
Hey, sorry guys, we're gonna have to test this crystal meth to make sure.
No, I remember that. And that was I think that was a plot point in that American Gangster film with Denzel Washington because the heroin he was selling was so pure. That's how they discovered where it was coming from because where they made it and all that kind of stuff. So when they're doing tests on it and on the potency level, that's what really got the interest from the FBI and the the Drug Enforcement. Yeah,
DEA, Drug Enforcement.
Yeah, that's what got their interest because of, and so they had to have the smarts to test it and see what they're really dealing with.
Ah, okay, I gotcha.
But Breaking Bad, what's funny about that show is everyone loves it. I watched the first season. I thought it was really cool. But then when he didn't die of cancer, I thought that was really cheap. I thought it was like a cheap way to get out of the show.
Speaking of which,
spoiler alert.
Well, speaking of spoiler alerts, enough time's passed. So I'm several weeks behind on many of my shows, just between hotel living and work and stuff. And so I've been catching up on like Hulu best I can, or I'll go to the websites of the actual TV networks like TNTdrama.com.
Okay.
And one of the shows I love is called Major Crimes. And it was a spinoff show of a show called The Closer with Kira Sedgwick.
Okay, yes.
And Mary McDonnell is the star of it now. And I got mixed up on which episode I had watched previously. So I'm watching the most recent one to find out that she dies. I watch an episode where they're showing her funeral. I'm like, wait, what? And I realized I had skipped ahead like 3 episodes by accident. So
there you go.
Yeah, I know. Because I watched the 3 episodes knowing, okay, great, she's going to die. But it was really interesting because do you know the actress Mary McDonnell?
Yes.
She was also Laura Roslin, the president in Battlestar Galactica.
Uh-huh.
She dies in the end of that one too.
Well, the way to ruin that show for me.
Oh, okay. It's like 10 years old. You need to get over that. But you got to ask, I'd love to get her on the air and just say, hey, so what was your more favorite death, Laura Roslin or Sharon Rader from Major Crimes? Because I realized of all the decades I've been acting, and I've been acting for 45 years, I have never played someone who's died on stage until just now. Last week, I'm in a show with a local playwright named Cassie Randall did some shows. Yeah, it's a full play of like a dozen smaller scenes in it, and one of the characters I'm playing gets killed by a werewolf. Long story behind it, but I realized in my 45 years of acting, that's the first time I've ever. Now I played people who go off stage and die and stuff like that, but I've never died on stage until my 52nd year of life.
And you said, all you got to do is, I imagine if I'm the actress woman in the show, and she's like pretending to be dead, she's like, I'm getting paid $180 per minute while I'm just sitting here. Just stay still.
Just don't breathe.
Just stay still.
Don't breathe. But yeah, so that was a spoiler on me. I'm trying to remember why I went off on to the Major Crime spoiler. Any idea what we're talking about?
I think you're just deeply affected by it.
I was deeply affected by it because, that's just annoying when, you accidentally start playing the season ender and you realize so-and-so's dead. I'm like, oops, my bad.
Well, I mean, what's funny is that kind of stuff has never really bothered me when it comes to spoilers and movies and stuff like that. Because I think it's more of like the expectation of sitting down and watching a TV show. Because how long do people think watch TV? Like 20 hours per show? Like total, like the lifespan of me watching a show.
Well, if it's an hour episode.
Well, like how often? Like 3 seasons? Because TV's different now. It's like you only get 12 episodes a season.
Right. Well, now more and more of them, like Major Crimes, they're coming up to the end of the whole series. They announced it's not going to be renewed.
Yeah, so they actually...
They're wrapping up some ends.
I don't know why the cable companies, whoever's producing it, finally decided, maybe we should just say we're just not going to renew it so they actually can end the show. Right.
And unfortunately, that's what happened with Major Crimes. It was on its top of its game. It had great demographics, but TNT said, yeah, we're going to cancel it because they think people think they want to do a new show. So all the actors on Major Crimes were like, oh, okay, we thought we were, we just brought you a winning season. So you're still at the whims of the network suits on that. But it's a good show. You haven't watched it, you should. Start with the closer, like Kira Sedgwick, aka Mrs. Kevin Bacon. She was the lead character for a few years, and then she left, and they, instead of bringing in a new character, they spun off the show where they kept the entire cast and crew, but just changed the lead and gave it a new name and a whole new show. It's pretty good.
TV's okay.
TV's okay.
We're going to take a break.
Okay.
We got to take a break. Say thanks to our sponsors here on Mornings with Lone Star, and then we'll be back with more of us. So if you want to join the conversation, look up us on Facebook, Mornings with Lone Star.
Facebook.
And then you can also call in 936-647-3776 or visit us on irlonestar.com. Go to Contact Us, and there you go. We'll be right back after these messages.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936 Conroe C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Centurion Wealth Advisors is a veteran-owned business that focuses on building and preserving our clients' wealth while guiding them to achieve their financial goals. This is where your concerns get addressed and help you start to breathe easier. Discover us in downtown Conroe, Texas. Visit our website at centurionwa.net or reach us by phone at 936-756-1974. Centurion Wealth Advisors. Now let's get your financial house in order.
That's right. It's disco burning to make up for the cold outside. Whenever you're cold, just put on some disco and disco dance to it. Dick, I'm going to teach you how to do the hustle, the bus stop, the electric bump, the double bump.
Okay.
You will be hopping and bopping with the best of us discoites. Yes.
So I was reading an article and I wanted to follow up. It was it's about a local community in Colorado.
Okay.
And so what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, probably almost a month ago, was the net neutrality. All this kind of like crazy stuff was going on, and I remember I presented a position where the local municipalities are the ones who control what internet service providers you have in your direct area. So like how are you directly affected is by our city government here in Conroe choosing who we get to have options for, and part of the backroom dealings of a lot of this, the history of it, is the infrastructure issue. Because these cable companies basically said, we'll build the infrastructure, we'll pay for it. And, of course, the city gives them taxes or gives them tax-free stuff or, incentives to do it. So what's funny now is municipalities around the United States are now going to vote for having their own broadband. And it's great to see so many people get behind, not liking Trump and like net neutrality because they use that as momentum to do these things. Because I love seeing different smaller towns take different objectives on these kind of ideas. So, for example, Colorado City, they moved ahead with the vote and they voted against against the cable companies being the sole providers. So now the city is going to provide their own source of broadband. And I encourage everybody to go on the internet, look up a YouTube video. It's Fort Collins, Colorado. There's a propaganda style video. It's pretty funny that the cable companies put together to vote against it. Like they put on TV and stuff like that. And it's very humorous because it's kind of like one of those typical political campaigns where it's like, you wouldn't want a rapist. Like, I mean, they just go for it. They do the Hail Mary and let's see if we can scare a bunch of people. But what's interesting though, and a lot of people, I don't really know, it depends on how well maintained your city is. But the big issue with broadband is the infrastructure and maintenance. So, for example, fiber optics is a really big talk of the town. And what's funny is I think the first fiber optic cable laid here was actually north of the loop, right there between Willis and north of the Loop 336, because all those oil piping companies. I met one of them, and they had one of the first fiber optic cables laid down because of their servers, and they needed that kind of capacity. So they paid an obscene amount of money to put that in there when they're building the new buildings. There's like a big farm, kind of not farm, but like the oil. There's like an oil drive almost. It's all these like big buildings. Well, that's the issue with municipalities is if you're a city and you don't like the way they handle your water, you don't like they handle their electricity and all that kind of stuff. Well, now they're going to be in charge of your internet. So that's where I'm gonna see about Fort Collins and Colorado and see if people really are going to be happy about this. Because
be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
I don't think a lot of people think of the whole package you're getting when you're dealing with a whole new provider. Because, for example, we might hate Comcast. We might hate Consolidated, but they come out and they do like a 70% job, 75% job. So it's pretty remarkable that your internet is working, 80% of the time, 85% of the time, considering what is going into the technology.
Right.
So I'm interested.
And they answer to shareholders and stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They're inspired.
They're
to fix it.
They're
Right.
incentivized. So it's gonna be interesting to see a local government be in charge of answering your calls, asking why your internet's off, or fixing the line or anything like that.
Please hold. Dun, dun, dun,
So
dun,
that's one thing I don't think a
dun.
lot of people realize, because now they are in the customer service business.
Yep.
Which is, the government should be somewhat have like a procedure down for customer service because of just the sheer amount of people calling to complain about whatever. But
I think it's great that we'll be able to see how this turns
you
out.
see what I'm talking about? Now you understand? Fort Collins in Colorado.
Colorado.
So, but yeah, I really encourage people to check out that YouTube video of the commercial that the cable company. It was like one of those packs or whatever they put together for all the cable companies. The city wants to get into the internet business. Like, oh man, it's good.
It's gonna kill you.
It's gonna end your child's life.
And that's a really good point. It's city. Well, it's kind of funny because people are like, yeah, it's finally we have a businessman running the country, but that may not always be a good thing.
You want to know another example of the government getting involved with business? So apparently, this is a true story. I didn't know this. In Oregon, it's against the law to pump your own gas.
Same thing in New Jersey, I think.
So, it is literally against the law.
Right.
You'll get arrested for it, folks. And now they passed a deal where it's no longer against the law, and apparently people are freaking out.
I don't know how to do this. No.
Yeah. Well, it's more of like one report basically said they didn't want to take away the jobs. And I'm thinking,
how many gas pumpers are there?
I don't know. Well, if you think about, you think they have many gas stations here?
No, absolutely not. That's the whole point. We have one on every corner because you can go and
you can pump your own gas.
Right.
But no, I thought that was pretty funny that Oregon. See, that's one thing I wish. I wish there was. I'm trying to think how to say it, because like in Houston, there are certain areas that do have self-service, not self-service,
full service,
full service, and it says it on the deal, like with a pump.
Yeah, and they're pretty hoity-toity areas, Memorial, River Oaks, and you pay extra for the honor.
I get. Well, do you?
I used to back when I lived on Memorial. And
do you actually have to pay more for gas? Or
a few cents. It's like you pay more for using a credit card instead of cash. A couple of cents more a gallon.
Okay,
but.
And that's just not told to you. It's just like, our gas is just more expensive here.
Well, the full service, it'll have a little sign there that says, $2.19 instead of $2.17. That kind
Oh,
of-
really?
Yeah.
Interesting. See, I never do that.
You pay for the here, since it's an option and you're having to pay for someone else to come out and do it.
Because they gotta get their money somewhere. Because I would feel obligated to give them $1 or something like that.
Hey, get yourself a little something.
Because I have
with
pity. Not pity. I'm just kidding. I have guilt.
this. Pity, guilt. It's all the same thing.
But no, when I read that, I was really excited about that because I was thinking, should Conroe do something like that, or should I want to see it actually be enforced because there already are cities
Is this
with
the
it.
gas pump or is this the cable?
The cable thing.
Okay.
Sorry, the gas pump thing would be hilarious if they changed that here in Texas. People would lose their mind.
I'd just like to be the guy at the truck stop, filling up a 300-gallon tank.
Well, no,
Good job,
the
good job.
one guy would like go fill up a car and you see guns in the back and be like, oh, gotta call police.
Yeah.
See some guns because we had Justice Bond had a good show yesterday.
Okay.
Because they were talking about the man who got arrested in the Hyatt over in New Year's Eve party. And I don't know if anyone knows the full story about it. Just look it up. Look up New Year's Eve, Houston Hyatt. And you'll find a man who got arrested because he was drunk and had guns in his room. And so the two lawyers, the show was really good yesterday. I encourage people to check it out. We're going to release the podcast today. But they basically were kind of talking about, hotels are now going to have to look at how they manage the privacy of their patrons. Because there's not a law against bringing guns in to your room.
Oh, that was the whole thing. The media was like, "Oh, it's the new Las Vegas," and didn't it turn out to pretty much be, there was a gun show like 5 blocks away, and the guy just had guns on him. You're allowed.
His excuse or his reasoning why they're in the room was he didn't want to leave them in the car.
Right? Because can you imagine that? I mean, it's bad enough your laptop and your purse get
And you're in
ripped off.
Houston downtown.
Right? On New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Eve. I mean, I think the one thing I would love to see, and this is one thing I love about the individual, is the individual choice of how they do this. So, for example, what do you think, or how do you think the guns were laid out?
I presume they were in cases.
Well, you think they were just on the bed?
No, I think they were in cases. Because
Well, I mean, I think he just walks in and just throws them on the bed with a case and just throws them on the bed, and he sleeps on the other bed.
yeah, sure, why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Because it says they found an arsenal, and I'm like, all right, so how does an arsenal look like in a small hotel room?
Oh, remember I told you how there was a Houston Chronicle article that said arsenal found, and in that article you had the police chief saying this is not an arsenal.
So
yeah,
I think it was like 3 guns total or something like that. Like it was 2 rifles. And a
right, but it
handgun.
hit national news because is it going to be the new Las Vegas? And yeah, goodness. Hey, so here's another kind of a weapons thing. North Korea apparently accidentally crashed a missile on one of its own cities. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh because there were casualties, but in the
That's pretty serious.
yeah, back when it was like their 3rd missile test.
Can you imagine that rocket over Syria goes like, and 3, 2, 1, and we're off. All right, everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. Beep, beep, beep. Sir,
We've got a problem.
We've got a problem.
Yeah, the town of Tokchun, apparently, about a minute after this missile's flight, I guess it would conduct what you would call a radical change in trajectory. And instead of going up, it kind of turned around and came down and crashed on the town of Tokchun. So I'm kind of hoping Kim Jong-un pushes his nuclear button because I think he's going to blow up his own country if he does. So we'll wait to see how that goes. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, North Korea. Better luck next time with your missile launch.
I
I know, right?
Maybe we should take a break.
Take
I
a
agree.
break.
I was going to say something about Donald Trump, but then I didn't know how to word it without sounding like.
Well, let's take a break and celebrate. The Dow Jones has just, for the first time in ever, broken 25,000 points.
What does that mean for everybody?
If you have a retirement account, it just went up a lot. People just keep on waiting for the economy to tank, but it seems to be growing.
Now, what do you think? You think it's a conspiracy theory?
And I think people want it to tank so they can be justified in saying, because I remember when the president took over, oh, there goes the stock market. No, but the economy is kicking booty right now. So, yeah, 25,000 points.
Yeah.
10 years ago, it was 2,000. It was 1/10 of that.
Wow.
Yeah, 2,500 was like the high.
That's pretty crazy.
I know.
I feel like it's a lie. Would you agree? Is it a lie?
I always agree with you, Dick.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick music break with Skippy and I. We're going to figure out what we're going to do for the next hour. I'm just kidding. We already know we have cool articles to talk about, topics, all that good stuff, local stuff. Barrel racing?
Local team.
Barrel racing. Go to the
Yeah.
Olympics. Is it Olympics or World Cup? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, we're talking about that later. But, we're going to say a special thanks to our sponsors, too. We got Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Cleaning our office here. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com. And then there's Conroe Coffee. They make the coffee that Conroe loves to drink. Visit ConroeCoffee.com. And then last but not least, our new sponsor, Centurion Wealth Advisor. They're building and preserving their clients' wealth and guiding them to achieve their financial goals. Visit them online at centurionwa.net. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star here on Lone Star Community Radio, your morning radio show for Montgomery County.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936 Conroe C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Centurion Wealth Advisors is a veteran-owned business that focuses on building and preserving our clients' wealth while guiding them to achieve their financial goals. This is where your concerns get addressed and help you start to breathe easier. Discover us in downtown Conroe, Texas. Visit our website at centurionwa.net or reach us by phone at 936-756-1974. Centurion Wealth Advisors. Now let's get your financial house in order.
Burn, baby, burn. It's warming up out there a bit. I think we're already up to 32 degrees. Ooh. It's chilly out there. But lots of stuff happened in the news. It seems as though people were kind of coasting through New Year's, but now the news wires are picking back up.
Yeah.
We got breaking news.
Well, I mean, Twitter's going on fire again because of Donald Trump.
Hey, I'm telling you, if nothing else is bringing everything to the forefront. He's ensuring that that's the story being talked about.
It's true. You think people are gonna get tired of it though?
Oh, absolutely. And
I know a lot of people are already tired of hearing about it, not necessarily from Donald Trump, but
that's
more
what
of
I
just,
mean.
just the consumption. Or
That's
the
what I mean.
Obsession,
it's like,
really.
I'm surprised that there's not some cable news channel that's purely dedicated to like Trump tweets and stuff.
Well,
They can actually do it. Yeah, right. It is. It's called CNN. But
Welcome back, Morning's Lone Star.
Speaking of which, so there was a commission that was formed when Trump was saying that, people voted illegally, and he put together this commission
Okay.
to say, to look into
To
voter
investigate
fraud.
it. Yeah, I remember him announcing that was like 3 months ago.
Right. Well, this is what's kind of cracking me up. He's dissolved it. He basically cited that too many states weren't handing over information, so he's just dissolving it. So now people are the same people who were complaining that he started this commission, now complaining, see, he's stopping it. He's getting rid of another commission. And it's cracking me up. Is the guy can't, now he's his own worst enemy. Do not get me wrong, but he does something, no matter which way he goes, there's going to be a way to justify it. It was like the tax thing. People complaining about it. So you don't want taxes?
Well, that one guy in New York, the governor of New York, is saying he's going to sue him over the tax.
Let him try. Well, yeah, because this is the state sales tax in a nutshell. So the two primary states that have the huge sales tax, like 14%, it's significant. It's California and New York. It's because they couldn't budget within the federal budget mandates like Texas does. We don't have a state sales tax because the federal sale, or we don't have local sales because the local sales tax takes care of it. You know, on the Woodlands, it's 8.25%, and Conroe, 8 or 9 cents percent.
It's 8.25.
Is it 8.25 in Conroe? There you go. So the governor can budget within that allotment and doesn't need more money. Well, New York and California spend so much money that they needed an additional sales tax to make up for it. So that shows bad budgeting. And up into one of the things that this new tax law got rid of was that people could deduct from their federal taxes what they paid in state sales tax.
That's new, completely new.
That's brand new. That's the whole thing. So
are they asking people to save all their receipts every time they spend money?
In New York and California,
and here too, because we're still spending money on sales tax locally.
Yeah, no. This is for state sales tax. We don't have state sales tax here. We only have federal and local.
Okay, I understand what you're talking about.
So in California, let's say if I went to buy a phone.
So what you're telling me is if Texas had a sales tax and say it's 8.25 across the board. Mm-hmm. So if I went over to Amarillo, it'd be 8.25. If I went to
the state sales, right? But that the California and New York sales tax were like 12 to 14%.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying
on top of the 8.25 of the. Oh, local.
Gross! So is that why receipts are so long? And they just kind of like didn't want to cut the budget for other states. It's like here,
and that's the thing is that so in California, anything you bought, you were basically paying 25 to 30% tax on it. But you get it, but. What would ease the pain for them as well, the state sales tax I can deduct from my taxes. So if I spend $1,000 in state sales tax stuff, then I get to deduct that. Well, you don't get to deduct that anymore. And so the governors are complaining, going, yeah, that's why people were here. And Trump's response was, well, you should have budgeted better. You don't need, no one else needs a state sales tax except you guys. So it kind of shows, because I think Texas is like literally the third or eighth largest economy in the world, the actual state of Texas. And we don't, because we operate under the budget. And that's cool. That's good fiscal sense. That's when you do want kind of a business sense. We were talking earlier about when government tries to get into business and vice versa. It's not always a good mix. But
well, that's one thing I was talking when we were talking about the municipalities doing the internet, and I didn't get to touch on this point. It'd be interesting to see what the infrastructure they build, the physical lines and things, because the tech is always improving. And so basically, when you vote on something like this, they're limited to just that, unless they vote again on improving things. So what's going to happen now is the agendas over in city council are constantly probably going to have these things that are going to be completely new for the next 10 years saying, oh, we couldn't afford to do it over on Leeway Street. We need to do this. We need to move this boulder. It's going to cost, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be really interesting to see how slowly, because it's going to be slower in my mind. I imagine it being a slower process.
Because there's another point, too, we can talk about. When a government does a contract.
We should get our folks in and talk about it.
We should, because here's the thing. When you put out a bid and government puts out a bid, they have to accept the lowest bid. So basically, you have to accept the lowest bid. That's why you put out bid requests.
Why do they have to accept it?
Because that way, this other person not pat. If you can get it for $5 million, why are you going to spend $7 million? Well, better quality. Well, nope. The quality doesn't matter. It's the price, because it's all about the budget. You have to go with the lowest bid.
Okay.
So they're going to get the lowest quality unless a big company is willing to swallow all of its profits just for the joy of laying fiber optic cable.
Yeah.
It's going to be the worst company laying it with the worst service because they brought in the lowest bid. So that's the difference.
I'm surprised there's not like GoFundMe accounts.
Yeah, right. So excellent point on that one. Good. That was a good story. We got some good ones today.
I just like the internet.
You love the internet.
I'll never forget the day I got broadband. Beep, beep.
Right.
I got the Roadrunner. Beep,
What was
beep.
it, the DSL or DSL?
No, I got cable.
Ooh, well, I remember the old days.
We didn't budget it. We went for it. We actually had we had a family conversation about it because my brother and I wanted it, and my dad's like, "Well, it's not in the budget." And then I'm not kidding you, like that was the argument, and I was like, "Okay, so how much more money a month do we need?" And so yeah, we paid the extra for cable internet so I could play Counter-Strike on the internet and talk to people on the internet.
Well, that's the funny thing. My first modem was a 300 baud modem. 300 baud. Now, that is literally 100,000th of what...
You literally just sent beeps and boops.
Right?
Because I remember my grandfather, they had a business and they had the first accounting computers. That's how they handled all their transactions and stuff. And they were as big as a room, like a wall. They were wall stuff.
Yeah,
now
with
it's...
And
this one, as I was growing up, they weren't really using them that much because I think at the time when I was born, they were moving. They had like a third party person help out with it, so that they didn't have to store it. They had to pay for the storage because that was one of the biggest prices for it. It was storing all these huge equipment and paying for that. And yeah, that's beep boop boop boop.
Well, that's an interesting point behind that. We're going to kind of like sidetrack here. We were talking the other day, you were excited about the Pentagon release on the UFO reports and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was telling you about this retired Army lieutenant colonel who's actually very highly decorated named Philip Corso.
You don't have to butter it for me.
He wrote a book called The Day After Roswell, where he says that he was part of the whole Roswell crash investigation. And basically he said that there was some technology in this crash that they didn't know how it worked, so they farmed it out to corporations and had them reverse engineer it. And he said included on that was night vision, fiber optics, lasers, Kevlar, and the silicon chip.
The Kevlar is kind of interesting though.
Yeah, he said
because that's just a fiber.
Yeah, but fiber can stop a bullet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like it was already here in that sense. Like the
not
materials.
before Roswell.
We just didn't know how to do it.
Right. Well, that's the thing is you find the chemical composition of this fabric, and
then okay.
So that's according to him, and who knows if he was smoking something in California or not when he wrote this, but a lot of younger people don't realize that we were a magnetic media based civilization until very, very short time ago. Everything was transistor tubes, transistors, vacuum tubes, and magnetic media until like the 80s and 90s, where it was cassette tapes, videotapes. If you see the movie Brainstorm, where they're recording your stuff, it's all on tape. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, someone says, "Hey, I can take sand, compress it into something called silicon, and etch, little metal stuff, and we have a chip." And that came from like pretty much out of nowhere.
Oh, I got a story for you after you're done.
Okay, well that was pretty much it. So, we were just kind of segueing.
Did you see the announcement from Intel?
No, what did Intel say?
So this is what's really spooky, is I like to visit things on the internet, and probably about 2 years ago, this guy made a statement about Intel, and he worked at Intel, and he was talking about the basically the government acronyms for intelligence, like the intelligence agency. And so what they were doing is they were working with Intel to put a back door on the chip, because one of the complications with hacking and spying and things like that is the operating systems like Windows or Mac OS X or whatever constantly change. So if you developed a hacking program or developed a backdoor program, it will most likely not work for the next operating system that's released. So apparently Intel got found out that they built a backdoor into the chip, into the CPU itself, that you could access the computer. So because the CPU never gets updated because you don't update hardware. Right. If that makes sense. You don't have a program that updates it. So now they got found out apparently, and any Intel chip is vulnerable. So now the fixes are coming out to help protect it. It's still vulnerable, but the fixes slow the computers down by 20%. So it's like it's probably going to become a class action lawsuit, because these chips have been made for the past 8 to 10 years. Yep. So if you bought a computer that has an Intel inside, it's not like a lot of people are freaking out about it, because it's not like a hacker from the basement of some mom's house can have access. It's more of like if the Russians or the think
Why is it always got to be the Russians? Why are you hating on the Russians?
or the Chinese or the Americans or the Mexicans or the Canadians?
Well, Russians getting blamed for everything.
Whoever has the most think tank money dedicated to
That'd be the
penetrating
United
this
States
stuff.
of America, my friend.
Yeah, so if your neighbor, the USA government wants to know what you're doing, it's the best way to do it.
Ding, 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 ding.
So, but it was really funny. I didn't
Wow,
know.
that's interesting.
They just released it because something happened with the Mac OS X. They got flooded with this stuff, and people were reporting it. And so a lot of people.
Wow.
It's going to be a big deal.
That's significant. So, wow. Interesting. Great news headlines today.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff going on.
Well, we do have to take another break.
Okay.
And we're going to do some music this time.
We're going to do music on our break?
We're going to music for our break.
Awesome.
And actually, no, we're going to take a normal break. I messed up.
Short one?
Short one. We're going to take a short break.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back here on Mornings with Lone Star.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936 Conroe C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Centurion Wealth Advisors is a veteran-owned business that focuses on building and preserving our clients' wealth while guiding them to achieve their financial goals. This is where your concerns get addressed and help you start to breathe easier. Discover us in downtown Conroe, Texas. Visit our website at centurionwa.net or reach us by phone at 936-756-1974. Centurion Wealth Advisors. Now let's get your financial house in order.
Welcome back, Mornings Lone Star. That's right. Dick here with Skippy. We're sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, Conroe Coffee, and Centurion Wealth Advisors, folks. You know what's really great about all those companies? They're all local.
Even better.
Yeah, so if you want to support a local business, look those up, and those are the trifecta: keeping your house clean, keeping your belly warm, and keeping your money safe and investing. All three of those sponsors. Perfect sponsors. Right?
We've got the perfect sponsorship.
Yeah.
The only thing missing is more sponsors.
Yeah.
But we're getting there.
We're doing fine.
We're doing
fine.
good. We're doing
It
good.
is 10:24. We're going to take a music break next time, so just keep that in mind. That means let us know what you want to hear. 936-647-3776 is our call-in message line. You can actually find that number and other ways to contact us at irlonestar.com. We're having a good time here, talking about whatever we want to talk about. And I'm just letting people know if you have an Intel processor, it's okay. They already know.
That's a staggering story that you came across there, Dick.
Yeah. And apparently Amazon and Google have filed a patent to allowing to supervise their users.
There you go. And I know people going, oh, this is the fall of civilization. Hey, if you don't like it, don't go there. Don't go to Amazon. Don't go to Google. Read the user agreements.
I'm convinced that the psychology of the human brain went downhill when Facebook came out. The psychology of privacy.
Absolutely.
Because when Facebook came out, people were really like, no, I don't want to share that. And then so slowly it started eating away at our selfishness and our narcissistic ways.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's just the sheer number of selfies.
Now we just share. We're like, we don't care if they know what we're doing. Except, if we're looking at bad things.
I love it when somebody's caught in a really bad lie on Facebook. Have you seen those memes where it's like, oh, Bay took a picture of me sleeping, but you see in the reflection that they're holding the camera on themselves doing it? I love it when they get busted like that. That's my own little Schadenfreude there.
Well, what's funny is the paths people decide to take on the internet is interesting. Like, it's kind of like I always, every time I watch a movie or watch a TV show, that there's a hacker or there's some underground, like kind of like, for example, the X-Files, the three, I just went blank. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Lone Gunman.
The Lone Gunman. I really wish I could meet a legitimate Lone Gunman group and just see how they operate. Because, in the course of the movies, they kind of play on like, this is what we think the laboratory would look like and that kind of stuff, computer parts everywhere, all that kind of stuff. But I would really love to see that.
I'm going to add that to our list. I'm compiling a list of guests we want to do. There's got to be some kind of like high-tech conspiracy theory nerd group out there.
There has
like
to be.
the Lone Gunman.
And just don't be racist, because I bet they're all labeled as racist. That's like the go-to label for people who people don't like.
Oh, you mean Lone Gunman?
Well, I mean, like, I can see that, the Lone Gunman. I could see something happening where it's like, oh, they're probably racist because of some conspiracy theory they have.
Right. Speaking of which, I wonder if I got to find out the latest on that whole airline thing that Sheila Jackson Lee was playing the race card on that one. It's been a little quiet lately. We got to figure that one out.
Well, I think it's also, there's not, with that story alone, there's not a lot of repercussions unless something with proof comes out. And I doubt the lady who is involved is one of those, like, good thing she wasn't a Trump supporter, because I bet she would keep talking. If you know what I mean.
Right. Well, here's the thing. She's saying she didn't cancel it, and logistically it makes sense that she wouldn't. It took her 4 flights to get home, and this was the 4th flight that she was trying to get onto. So she'd already made 3 flights.
There was that one United, right? Or Southwest.
United.
You that one United employee who knows Sheila Jackson Lee personally or whatever, and that person made the decision and just kind of lied. It's like, oh, they canceled her flight.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
Everyone's
United's
like,
saying,
well, no, she didn't.
Our records show that she canceled the flight. Okay, great. Show us the records. So interesting on that one. But yeah, moving on. Here's some dietary news. McDonald's is bringing back the Arch Burger. I think it was in the 90s when they tried it. And it was like all fresh beef with this potato bun or something. I'm not too thrilled. Nah.
Hold on, the Arch Burger.
ARCH. Like the Golden Arches burger.
What's in it?
It's a burger, but they cooked it differently. And it was like on some potato bun or something like that.
Arch Deluxe?
Yeah, the Arch Deluxe, I think is.
It's a home style bakery bun. I don't know what the difference is.
It was not much, but they're bringing it back. I wish they'd bring back the McDLT. That one lasted for like 2 months. It was really good. It was pretty much a Big Mac, but they separated the lettuce and the tomato from the rest of the burger, and they sold it to you separately. So they said, you keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold. That was the whole commercial. The McDLT.
Okay.
So instead of like BLT for bacon, lettuce, tomato, is LT, lettuce, and tomato. And I like that one. That was like my favorite burger there, and they got rid of it quick.
Wouldn't you want to be part of the process of R&D at McDonald's?
I'd weigh 300 pounds, man.
Well, I mean, I imagine what happens is they go to like some cook who's well known in the burger world. And it's like, all right, make us a good burger. And they make like a delicious burger. And they're like, all right, look at this delicious half pound. Yeah. And they're like, okay, so how much would this cost? Okay, what's half that cost? What would it look like? All right, let's half it again.
It's like a car.
Let's have it
They
again.
show you the deluxe model. Okay, well, I don't need the spoiler.
Now let's throw McDonald's lettuce on it. All right, let's put our McDonald's tomatoes on it. Yeah.
There you go. I remember one time McDonald's really made a stupid mistake, especially in the 80s and 90s. McDonald's was the go-to place for divorced dads, parents. And pretty much the dads, back then it was dads got weekends only just about. And there were whole movies designed on that, McDonald's would be the swapping point. And McDonald's actually for like 1 month tried a mom's weekends with their kids, but leaving the dads out, and the dads revolted on that one. I remember that because I was pretty upset about that too.
Come on, say that again. Sorry.
Okay, so McDonald's was pretty much the stereotypical place for dads to take their kids on the weekends when they had weekend visitation. And McDonald's for like a month tried this whole thing where they said weekends are now for moms, and moms, bring your kids, only moms with your kids. And all the dads just went bonkers on this one.
Okay.
And boycotted McDonald's significantly. I was one of those guys.
Well, no, I did a little research.
Good.
Sorry, that's why I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, no,
for a second there.
go for it.
So
What do you got?
the Arch Deluxe is a 1/4 pound of beef, split top potato flour seed sesame bun. Okay.
Okay.
And then this is where I want to know how they make this: a circular piece of peppered bacon.
Okay, it's called ham.
I know, but like,
It's
I don't know. I'm trying to think how you cut bacon off of a pig, and I'm like, how do you get it to be big enough for a burger? Because traditionally, that side of the beef.
well, I think kind of like their chicken nuggets, parts.
Do you think
parts.
they grind it up and then flatten it?
That's my take.
That's my only thing. That's the different. That's the only thing that's different is the bun.
And they're bringing it back. Bring back the McDLT.
well,
McDonald's.
apparently it was the biggest marketing failure
Yes.
of the 90s, and they spent over $300 million on research, production, and marketing for the Arch Deluxe. Yeah,
And that went over as well as New Coke did. A lot of people don't even remember that. The whole New Coke debacle. Were you alive for that? Or
no, that was like in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't drinking soda.
So after decades, quick history lesson, after decades of Coca-Cola, they came up with this whole, we got a whole new bold place. It's going to be New Coke and everything. And it tasted like flat Pepsi. It truly did. And it bombed so badly. People were ranting, we want original Coke back. Unfortunately, when McDonald's swapped the whole formula, they lost a lot of their contracts to these people for decades have been providing them with the special ingredients. So when they came up with Coke Classic, it's still not the original formula because they lost those patents, the ability to get it. So yeah, that was a
It's pretty funny.
huge marketing failure. The New Coke debacle.
Well, we'll see what else they're going to bring out in 2018. I feel like they're just now recycling stuff. And it's like, oh, hey, we haven't done the
Well,
McRib.
good.
We haven't done the McRib in a while.
Yeah, 6 months since the McRib. I'm telling you, the McDLT. Look it up. It was really good.
All right, I'll
Thanks
look
for
it
looking
up.
it up.
I'm looking it up. We're going to take a quick music break, and so you can stick around, and then we'll be back here.
Got some
Mornings
local
Lone Star.
news when we come back.
Yeah, barrel racing.
Yeah.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936 Conroe C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Centurion Wealth Advisors is a veteran-owned business that focuses on building and preserving our clients' wealth while guiding them to achieve their financial goals. This is where your concerns get addressed and help you start to breathe easier. Discover us in downtown Conroe, Texas. Visit our website at centurionwa.net or reach us by phone at 936-756-1974. Centurion Wealth Advisors. Now let's get your financial house in order.
Hey, we're back. We're in the bottom half of our show, 10:43. We pretty much bringing this airplane down for a final approach. And we got lots to talk about, too. I guess what we can't get to today, we'll get to tomorrow. We've been looking up all the McDonald's failed burgers and stuff and failed ad campaigns. That's some funny stuff. But let's talk about some local news here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
close
because
it
we're
out.
community radio. So got a couple of things. There's a Conroe gal, 16-year-old Ashton Padden or Payden. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. And if you're listening, Ashton, sorry. So she apparently is really, really good at barrel racing,
Okay.
which is a horse thing. And she's actually going to the Barrel Racing World Cup in Brazil. Now, where's like the real, I know the real World Cup is taking place all over the world, but isn't like Brazil a big thing? Or did Brazil get knocked out of the World Cup? I can't remember.
Oh, they got crushed.
They got crushed.
7-1.
Well, so Brazil's still having a World Cup, just with barrel racing and not with soccer. But we at Lone Star, Dick and Skippy, want to stand up and salute young 16-year-old Ashton Padden or Payden for your horsewomanship. And we wish you luck. And I'll see if we can track you down and get you on the air maybe before or after. You can talk about the whiz-bang, live on the razor's edge world of barrel racing. We got that. Hey, we got something else going on. And I think we should do this, Dick. Will you commit to this with me? Or do I need to tell you what it is first? How much do you trust me? Do you trust me?
I trust you.
You trust me? Yeah, I can't do this to you. So Shenandoah is about to have on January the 13th, its 5th annual, so people have done this 4 times before, the polar bear plunge.
Oh, I've done that.
Oh, never mind. You done it?
Yeah.
Like dived in the water at a 30-degree temperature? Why?
Just to see what it felt like.
It felt cold, I bet.
Oh, it was great.
It felt cold. Well, okay, so on the 13th at the city pool in Shenandoah, you can partake of it. This year, they're having people sign medical waivers.
I believe it. No, like especially if you did not warm up your body beforehand. Because imagine doing it like right when you wake up.
Oh, geez,
Like
man.
the shock that will go through your body.
I would be so hosed on that one. But yeah, so on the 30th, you can do it again this year? Because I'll take pictures.
No.
You don't want to do it? I dare you to do it in a Speedo.
No.
You get out of the water looking like a Ken doll. But yeah, so anyone who's feeling brave, go to Shenandoah.
It's cold.
It's cold. Sign your medical waiver. And apparently, like 1 year, the Conroe mayor at the time actually like dived in a full suit. So good on you people. I will be drinking my hot chocolate and watching from the sidelines on that one. And finally, more local news. This is really good news for Skippy here. Skippy's very happy about this one. The Legends Football League, formerly known as the Lingerie Football League. That's right. You heard me correctly, people. The Lingerie Football League is coming to Houston. Now, in this league, there are only 8 teams all in existence. By golly, we're going to be number 9.
Now, do they have teams that are like city-based? Because there's another interesting sport that has started doing city-based, and it's video games.
Right.
And they start next week, and I'm actually kind of interested to watch it.
These are city-based teams, unfortunately.
Not the lingerie. I'm not talking lingerie. I'm talking about video games.
Well, I want to talk about lingerie.
No. I meant what I was interested in. I'm just, Holly, just don't stop freaking out.
So Skippy's interested in seeing women in lingerie, and Dick's interested in video games. Well, we know where our priorities are.
Well, no, what I would be funny to see is the official organization of the Lingerie Football League and how they manage it. So, for example, like, oh, we don't want concussions. Let's get an official statement from the Lingerie Football Commissioner and what he's gonna do, or she, or whoever it is.
I don't think there's actual like tackling in this league. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't seen it, but just the name alone. And from what I can gather, it's the uniforms are pretty much like a cheerleader's uniform, just with helmets and pads.
That's yeah, but I mean, I feel like whatever the NFL does, the Lingerie Football League is going to be under the same kind of scrutiny.
Scrutiny.
So I wonder if they're kneeling at the games. That'd be so funny.
That would be. But anyhow, so I'm going to keep close tabs on this, and I will be a lifelong season ticket holding fan of whatever team name they give the Houston team. But yeah, they are city-based teams. So I guess, if you're into roller derby, you can, this is the league for you.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a lot more successful than the women's basketball league or XFL. Were you around when XFL came?
What was his name? Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the LFL, we're having our own team now.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
It says it's coming to Houston.
You mean just for like the day?
No, I think they're getting a team.
Huh.
That they're going to add it to the mix. That there are 8 teams in existence and there will be a 9th team. I will forward you the.
I'm trying to find like the actual website. All I'm finding is cron.com stuff. What's the team called?
I don't think they have a name yet because they just announced that they're going to do it. I'll look at the.
That's interesting because I know there's a rugby team here.
Yeah, I love rugby.
But it's like it's Sugarland, I think.
Skippy love rugby. I'll tell you that. Speaking of NFL, so apparently the Redskins had an owner once named Jack Cook, and if Jake were here, he could back me up on this. But his daughter, apparently, who's kind of a bad girl, she's one of those gals that gets into trouble and then says, "Do you know who I am?" or "who my dad is," kind of thing. Apparently, at over New Year's Eve party, she got caught at a coat checkout, got caught behind this older guy who's trying to get his wife's coat. Got in an argument with him, called him anti-Semitic phrases. It was taken outside, and she clocked him over the head with her glass purse and like gashed his head open. Now, the guy's a lawyer, so I think she's going to be a little more broke than what she was before. So lawyer Matthew Haberkin was clocked in the head from Jacqueline Kent Cook with and ladies, pay attention because this is your fashion tip from Dick and Skippy. If you want to avoid getting mugged, purchase the Lulu Guinness Chloe mirrored Perspex box clutch for only $300. And you too can stave off old Jewish gentlemen who are too slow for your liking and bash them in the head with that's right, the Lulu Guinness Chloe mirrored Perspex box clutch, retailing for only $300. And you too can protect yourselves from mean old white guys who don't like you.
And I just want to let you know, the Legends Football League, which is the lingerie football league, they did release official statements about taking a knee and other things that the NFL does.
And what are they saying?
The flag symbolizes all the blood, sweat, and tears that have been shed so that we as Americans can raise our flag across our nation. So there you go.
Ladies,
we salute those.
We salute you.
All those are making the greatest country in the world, and we stand in salute of our flag. I don't know why you would need to make that statement, but what's more interesting about that is this is on chron.com. There's two websites for the Chronicle. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, the subscriber website.
Yeah, well, the HoustonChronicle.com is actually legitimate, their newspaper. Chron.com is like the TMZ of the Chronicle. And what I love is they have this article, and it's probably 3 paragraphs long, but they at least have over 40 images of the Lingerie Football League. I'm just throwing it out there.
I know what I'm going to be doing when we go off the air. I'm going to be supporting my Legends football team.
Yeah, that's just funny to me that they would do that. But today's a good day. It is Thursday. We're going to be wrapping up today's show. We don't have any guests tomorrow, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
And if you want to be a guest or anything on the show, you can just reach out. We have a call-in message line, 936-647-3776. We take it easy. I know yesterday's show will be uploaded today, so if you miss Melanie or miss the United Methodist Church talking about the 30th annual Dr.
Sharonda and Elsa.
Yeah, they were in the studio, so that's about that event happening on the 15th this month. And then, of course, Melanie Bush, who's running for county treasurer. I think her event is actually tonight. Her main one of her fundraising.
You guys go events. For that. Enjoy. Hoist one for me on that one. And if you want to call us, know that the White House, if you work at the White House, you have officially been banned. Although this is like old news, but it's just finally being implemented. If you're in the West Wing, you can no longer use your personal cell phone. All business must be conducted through your White House provided. I think it's an attempt to stop the leaks going on because no administration has been the subject of so many leaks as the current one, like every day. So this is a good way to.
Well, I mean, like there's a certain percentage of the leaks being made up.
This is true, but this is making sure that your very good point there that you could say, hey, no one's allowed to use their personal phone, so obviously it's not a real leak; it's a fake leak. So fake leak, which should be the name of my next band. I like that.
That's funny.
But instead of K, it's QUE. Fake leak, but LEAQUE.
You know what I want to see? Besides fake leaks?
The lingerie football team?
No, so the lingerie football team, and this gets me my ideas of parody. There's a TV show called Wags, and it's like a short for women and girlfriends, but it's of like sport people.
Oh, okay. Like
And
football
so
wives.
it's a reality. Yeah, it's a reality. I think it's a reality show. I don't know. Holly talks about how ridiculous it is all the time.
Well, even reality shows are scripted.
So
So,
we should almost make a WAGs version for the males who are married to the women, are dating the women of the of whatever the league, Legends League. That would be very entertaining.
okay, Dick, I'm telling you, I'm going to look into this, because if we get the team here, we're going to pimp that show, and we're going to bring our audiences to whole new levels there. So that's pretty much about on the news front for me as we wrap it down.
Well, I like the idea of, preventing the cell phones. Like I don't know why it's always funny to me, but like now I feel like when you go into somewhere important, like an event or something, you have to like double check before you get out of your car. Can I not bring in there?
Well, here's the thing.
Now it's like I can't bring my cell phone in there.
And this raises a good point, because a personal cell phone you can use as a personal hotspot. Someone can hack your phone, and if you're in the White House, and someone can, you could wirelessly hack
Yeah.
other stuff. So it's a good safety measure.
What I'm going to try to do then, this is a challenge, is I'm going to get one of those camera pins.
Like the one I'm holding on you right now.
And I'll just put that in there and just be like, yeah, I'm just totally under co-op. Covert op here.
Covert
over
op.
in the White House.
That's Dick Schissler, super spy.
Okay. It's 10:55 here on Lone Star Community Radio. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. It's going to be a beautiful day here in Montgomery County. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And enjoy the rest of the day. Today's show, though, a special thanks to our sponsors, sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com. Conroe Coffee, they make the coffee that Conroe loves to drink. Visit ConroeCoffee.com. And then, of course, Centurion Wealth Advisors, building and preserving their clients' wealth and guiding them to achieve their financial goals. More information on that, visit CenturionWA.net. That's CenturionWA.net. Don't forget, all our shows are podcasted on iTunes and Google Play, and you can watch us on YouTube when we have a special guest in, or just listen to us on our podcast playlists on YouTube. Subscribe today and follow us on Facebook, MW Lone Star. 10:55, more shows coming up here on Lone Star Community Radio. So stick around, check out our calendar, irlonestar.com. We'll see you later. Thank you for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station. Don't forget to check out this show and many others across the Lone Star Community Radio Network, either live on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, the Lone Star Internet Radio app, or irlonestar.com's live audio stream, and on replay on podcast, Channel 12's Our City TV in Conroe, or Channel 21 KVQT in Houston, and of course their YouTube channel. This production is copyrighted and all rights are reserved by Lone Star Community Radio. Have a question regarding this program or other Lone Star Community Radio shows? Want to sponsor or start your own show? Call the station message line at 936-647-3776 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.